The cultists are mystical people who once lived in the public eye. Here they maintained a trading outpost just outside of the Icing Gate, located in the Valley of the Hidden Dinosaur. However, they left us to go back beyond the Icing Gate on the 10th of October 2018. According to Linda, the cultists were Jorvik's first human settlers. A legend has it they were led to the island by a star horse. The cultists used to sell the first generation of fjord horses in the game, but later was told that the keepers of Aideen actually think that these horses are not actual fjords, but a breed that closely resembles them. Personally, I always liked the cultists, however lately I've been getting the feeling that something is not right. Let me tell you why that is. To start this theory off, we have to first talk about the cultists leaving. On Wednesday the 10th of October 2018, the game's weekly update included a quest with Avalon about the cultists. This quest started off with Avalon having a terrible nightmare. In this he stated the following: "So many frozen bodies, winter without end, could this be?" He proceeded to tell the player that dark thundering clouds came rolling down from the north. Fildo blanketed in snow, friends and loved ones were trapped in blocks of ice. It all came from a place outside Druid Providence, beyond the Icing Gate. Avalon proceeds to send us to the Icing Gate to confirm it was just a bad dream and nothing to worry about. However, once the player arrives at the Icing Gate, the player is showed how the cultists are leaving in a hurry beyond the Icing Gate. There is only a blood-curdling roar to hear. The doors of the Icing Gate are then seen to close, and no one has ever seen the Kallters again. The player then reports back to Avalon about all they've seen and heard, and Avalon appears to be frightened by this information. He tells the player that the keepers of Aideen must keep a close eye on the valley and that they will send a squirrel to the spy master at once. This is not the only time someone has been scared about Eisenfeldale or Jorvik. If you look back in Catherine's diaries, there's a small fragment about an early winter which have everyone freaking out. I tried to do my research on what happened after, but I can't get any information on any further quests. Now, of course, it doesn't show why they could possibly be bad, since it also looked like they were leaving in a hurry. That's until I found this. When you go into Fripp's house, there's a book to be found. The only book you can read is about, you guessed it, the cultists. It contains the following information. Who are the cultists? Little is known about the reclusive people who live beyond the Icing Gate in the Valley of the Hidden Dinosaur. Their arrival on Jorvik predates any recorded history, causing some to speculate that they are the true first people on the island. The keepers of Aideen respect the privacy of the cultists and have in fact helped to keep the cultists' existence a secret from the populace at large. How ironic that we know less about these fellow Jorvikians than we do the beings of Pandoria. Then the book proceeds to tell us some facts about what we do know about the cultists. This includes a few interesting facts. Living so close to the enigma that is Garnock's fury, they are exposed to magical energies beyond anything we in the rest of Jorvik can fathom. And there are legends of the culture having horses whose footsteps turn water to ice, and they are serving a queen with a heart of ice. The book proceeds to tell us that these are just rumors and should be treated as such. How curious that the keepers of Aideen not only know so little about the Kallters, but also don't want to find more out about them. They respect the privacy of the cultists, but aren't they worried about the fact that the cultists have not only seen, but are also exposed to the magical energies beyond anything they themselves, as well as the rest of Jorvik, can even fathom? Or the fact that the cultists can literally be serving a queen with a heart of ice, who could possibly possess such magical energies. That queen could possibly not care about anything but whatever she wants. Now, this sounds all pretty worrying to me, but what can be so bad about horses whose footsteps turn into ice? Let me explain my theory. Remember Katja? I won't go into who Katja is or when we got to know her because that will be a different video. You just need to know that Katja is one of the Dark Riders. She had a classier attitude and comes off as chic and cold. Katja rides a horse called Mortifa. Now there is something about Mortifa which I would like to share right now. Mortifa is a corrupt starbreed forcibly bonded to Katja. She is used by the Dark Riders to corrupt the land in their goal of setting Garnock free. She does not appear to be able to speak or be in control of her own actions. She is blind and controlled by Katja through the collar on her neck, and Katja's violin keeps her alert. Not only that, but Mortifa is a silver dapple, although the occultique breed does not carry this silver gene, so there is a possibility that her colors are caused by the magic of the Dark Riders. Not only does this show that Katja is amazingly powerful, but this also leads up to my main theory of Katja possibly being the queen with a heart of ice, and so the Kallters are serving a Dark Rider. Katja's whole thing is that she has ice powers, and she even stated in a quest at the Rainbow Festival in 2022 that everything I touch turns cold, grey, and even dies, whether I want it to or not. Later in the quest, Mika states that there are legends of an ice witch from Isendale. The player ends up forming the conspiracy theory together with Mika and Nick that there is a possibility of Katja being the so-called Ice Witch. Let's say Katja is the so-called Ice Witch or the so-called Queen with a Heart of Ice. This would then mean that the cultists could possibly be serving Katja. Now we also know that Katja together with Mortifa can make it rain ice, and if the horses whose footsteps turn water to ice do indeed exist, could this mean that Katja is the reason that Jorvik will be covered in ice, that people and loved ones will get stuck in blocks of ice? It is very possible since Katja can make ice appear however or whenever she wants. So, will Avalon's dream actually become reality? With Katja as the queen with a heart of ice, it could very well be true, and if she truly is, then this would all very likely be involved with the end of Jorvik. So, are the cultists bad or not? You have to think of this answer yourself because there are different scenarios possible. Since they could be serving Katja, she could command them to do bad things, or because they serve her, they would do it automatically themselves. However, they could also be forced to do it, while they actually might not want to do it and don't want Garnock to be released, they could still be forced to against their own will. Since we know so little about the Kallters, it's hard to speculate where they are standing in the battle between good and bad, but there is a good chance of them being more towards the bad side and so being more open to the idea of Garnock being released. Now, what do you guys think about all of this? Please share your opinions down below since I like more people's opinions on this theory. Also, this is all gathered up information together with a bunch of theories. Some things have been confirmed, but a lot of it hasn't, so please do keep that in mind.